12. It is Makeout Christmas. Our show brought to you by Intuit QuickBooks. Are you sad about this holiday being canceled for this year?
I am, Kay. I'm glad you asked. Makeout Christmas is something we've talked about for years. It's the night before Thanksgiving when college kids return home to their hometowns, to their hometown bar. They run into their old high school flame, and the sparks fly. Game on. Lock and load, Tigers. This year, they won't be able to go to the bars. I don't know. Maybe just have yourself a spicy Zoom session. There are ways.
Yes,
I don't know. Unprecedented times.
Plexiglass kissing.
Hello.
There's all of that. They do it in the movies. Edit it out later. All right, time for the lead block.
Lead block.
Peter Strager, Nate Burleson, all here. My name is Kay Adams, and welcome. We've got an NFC East showdown tomorrow between Washington and Dallas. Amazingly, it's a battle for first place. This is what it is, guys. Here in Week 12, every team in the division has 3 wins. The Eagles are in the top spot because of a Week 3 tie with the Bengals. This will change after tomorrow. It'll get shaken up for sure. Washington hasn't performed the way they wanted to so far. Head coach Ron Rivera, guys, is he smashing watermelons? No, but he is talking about how they can get off to a faster start against Dallas.
The biggest thing is we got to make plays when we get opportunities. If you look at the opportunities we've had in games to either get off the field as a defense or to put the ball in the end zone as an offense, that to me, I think is really the biggest deal more than anything else. I mean, you know, I could bring a sledgehammer and smash pumpkins. But, you know, to be honest with you guys, it's neither here nor there.
Love that soundbite from Ron Rivera. And it doesn't sound like Riverboat Ron's going to be breaking out a sledgehammer a la McCarthy. Right now, is there an NFC East team, Nate, that you trust more than the other 3 heading down the stretch?
I'll go with the Dallas Cowboys. You know, I love what Andy Dalton did this past weekend. He comes in, there was juice on the sideline, there was juice on the field, 3 touchdowns, just 1 interception. All of a sudden, we've seen Zeke balling out. CeeDee Lamb was everywhere, catching the ball on the outside. They gave him some jet sweeps. The defense played well. I mean, even though the Vikings put up a fight, the Vikings were playing as good as anybody. So for them to pull out this game in a season where their season was so up and down, the Vikings were catching a rhythm, and they're playing so well offensively, I can respect the fact that the Cowboys are in a position where it looks like when you list them, they're last in the division with 1-2 record within that division. If you're talking pure trust, what quarterback do I trust the most? I'm going with Andy Dalton and the Cowboys. So for me, it's the Cowboys. And I said at the beginning of the season, I feel like the Cowboys will pull out this division. I mean, who knew that this division would turn out the way it did? But I'm going to stick with that.
The way it's supposed to go is with so much uncertainty and so much bad play, you're supposed to go with the team that has the skins on the wall. You're supposed to go with the team that's been there. You're supposed to go with Philadelphia. They've got the coach. They've got the quarterback. What are we going to do with this Eagles team? What are we going to do with Carson Wentz? It's a critical stage in his career and everything. Carson Wentz leads the NFL in interceptions, leads the NFL in games with 2 interceptions, leads the NFL in turnovers, leads the NFL in getting sacks. Second place is not close. Leads the NFL in what the hell is going on here? He doesn't have it. He hasn't had it for weeks. I know the blocking's not there. I don't care. The play is worse than he's not getting blocking. And there's Jalen Hurts Twitter. Put Jalen Hurts in. It's Taysom Hill. Don't compare him to Taysom Hill. It's not even close to that. And I think if Jalen Hurts was the answer and Peterson liked what he saw in practice, he would put him in. Quarterback Mechanics Twitter is out saying he's a disaster. Eagles Twitter is saying the only reason he is playing is because of the contract. I can't trust this right now. We love the Eagles. We love Wentz. We love Peterson. I can't do it. Right now, Dallas seems to be getting it together. Washington has a quarterback who knows how to win. The Giants compete. The Eagles, I don't see a win on their schedule for the next month. And Carson Wentz, I don't recognize the player. Pete Carroll said a few weeks ago, I don't recognize my team, the Seahawks. I don't recognize Carson Wentz. So it might be the worst division ever, and I don't see anything with Philly that says they're going to win it. I can't trust them.
Yesterday on the show, Kay made a plea to be patient with your young quarterbacks. Be patient with these guys. Look at Derek Carr. It took some years. Look at Alex Smith. Carson Wentz, we're at the crossroads right now because a lot of Eagles fans are out of patience. You have a second-round pick there. You're taking on water. You don't think it's worth giving Jalen Hurts a shot here?
Maybe in pieces. Maybe you get him in and see what he can do. I mean, it's very strange that he's not. And the contract thing looms very large, and the fact that they don't want to bench Carson, they don't want to crush Carson, it seems like it's for the wrong reasons. And if you lose another one and another one, you have to break glass in case of emergency. You have to try something different. You have to. Doug Peterson's, I don't want to hear it. You got to win a game here, Doug.
Yeah, there's only one team in this division, and maybe you can make the argument Washington. They're just playing with house money at this point, and I think it's the Giants. The Cowboys, the expectations are so high always, and coming into the season, the Eagles, that's a whole other situation. Giants have won 2 straight, young quarterback, no Saquon, first-year coach. coming up, they have the hardest schedule coming up. The schedule that they have to face, it's brutal. They got the Bengals this week. Let's say they win against them. They're 3 wins in a row.
No Burrow.
They got to go at Seattle. They got to face the Cardinals. They got to face the Browns. And then they got to go into Baltimore. And then, of course, they finish with the Cowboys. But that's a tough... Nothing to lose. And I like this from Joe Judge.
Might be a couple wins, maybe.
There might be, right? Daniel Jones didn't throw any interceptions last time he took I like the Giants' vibe right now. You know, what happened with Golden Tate is going to be overlooked and never mentioned again. Like, Golden Tate questioned. He wasn't getting the ball. His wife goes on Instagram. A lot of teams would have been like, either, well, we don't want to, or Joe Judge addressed it. It was like, you're taking the week off. And then they spoke about it. And Golden Tate's back with the team, is with a leader.
Making plays.
I want to play for this guy. Like, I like this guy. That was not how it was supposed to go down. We addressed it. Joe Judge had an offensive line coach lash out at him, insubordinate. You're gone.
You're gone.
You're gone. Like, I can't treat the players one way and you another way. I think there's a little vibe going on here.
What is the vibe?
There is a vibe. It's like, well, these other teams are like teetering. The Giants are certainly ascending. And I'll take the ascending team right now, even if they're scheduled.
Triggs, I know what you like about it. There's a lot of coaches that get the job and they talk that talk. That first press conference is, I'm going to do it my way or the highway. You either in or you're out. As soon as the season starts, they're getting ran over by their teammates. I mean, by the team. They're getting ran over by their coaching staff. Joe Judge has backed up every single word that he has said. When it comes to players, Golden Tate, the reason that's special is because Golden Tate's a vet. You don't do that to a
32.
vet. You don't do that to an OG. And then you don't hear about a coach well into the season, you let him go because he's not on the same page as you. You love the fact that he's a man of his word. And I believe that New York also respects that, too.
I also like that Saquon went down and the rest of the world was like, all right, that's it. They lost a bunch of... And then, like, the team kind of was like, Wayne Gallman's all right. You know, we've got Alfred Morris. He's pretty good. They're going to get Xavier McKinney.
Fighting every game.
They're most improved, for sure.
They're most improved, and they're ascending. That's a key thing in this time. Like, who's going to catch it? They're coming off the bye.
I'll bring up Washington just because you guys picked every team but Washington. I want to bring up their schedule. It might not be as tough as the Giants. It's very tough. But if they do win in week 2, if they beat the Texans, I do think we have to talk about them as winning this division and being in this race here. And I wanted to bring this up. It's not easy, right? Cowboys, Steelers, none of that's easy. Seahawks as well. That week 16 Panthers game, are you telling me that maybe Washington losing or winning this division or making the playoffs is going to be contingent upon Riverboat Ron facing his former squad in Carolina? I'm so here for that.
That's good.
I see Alex Smith at the 49ers, too. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. Yeah. They got a guy at quarterback who, he knows what to do.
He's a winner.
He's a winner. He knows how to run offense. Like, I've said it from the beginning. I thought he was better than Haskins to start the season. I love that he's the guy now, and they could win.
We'll see if they can beat Washington. It all kicks off our coverage tomorrow. Get your Thanksgiving Day started with us. Get that turkey in the oven and turn on some football, baby. Texans, Lions, Washington versus Dallas. Sorry, I meant Washington, Dallas. That's what I meant. Okay, nightcap. Ravens, Steelers, lots of things going on there. So we'll get Ian in here to give us all the latest on everything across the league. These Thanksgiving Day games brought to you by Verizon. Let's start here, Ian Rappaport, with those Panthers. There might be some good news on the way for Carolina. What's the latest with Mr. Bridgewater and Mr. McCaffrey?
Yeah, somehow, someway, the Carolina Panthers, Kate, last week won without their 2 big stars at the quarterback and the running back position. That might change this week. We'll start with Teddy Bridgewater. He was very, very close to being able to play last week. Had that pretty memorable on-field workout before the game. The Panthers decided to have him active, then inactive. Ended up winning the game regardless with P.J. Walker. Bridgewater is expected to be back at practice today. That is a good sign for his availability this coming Sunday. If it was real close last Sunday, the fact that he's going to practice this Wednesday on that MCL sprain, at least he's got a better shot of being on the field this week. And then this is a little bit of a surprise. Christian McCaffrey, according to colleague Tom Pelissero, is expected to practice in some form or fashion today. He's been battling a shoulder injury, and the